And we're back, people. Deluded, I'm back again. First things first, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Apologies if you can hear my fan. It's mad in the United Kingdom, and apparently next week it's going to be even hotter. But yeah, we're here to discuss the transfer news with Arsenal. We've been linked with Summerville's. Last 24 hours has probably been Nico Paz, and we're all itching and waiting and really and truly catting for anything, pointing towards Morgan Rogers officially putting pen to paper on signing for Arsenal Football Club. And on that, you notice I keep looking to the left-hand side. It's World Cup. Spain are playing Saudi Arabia. Great work down the left-hand side by Ojaraba, I believe, and it's a tap-in for Lamine Yamal. Completely off topic here, but yeah, I'm going to paraphrase because we'll be here all day, but Lamine Yamal spoke about like his future and like where he sees himself playing long-term in terms of on a football pitch. And Elise, I'm not sure in the context of why Elise or Yamal was talking, but I feel like 24 hours before that point, Elise said something similar. Now, they're both right wingers, two best players in the world in that position, one of the best players or have the case to be the best player outright in the world, right? But they're playing right wing. Both of them are playing right wing. I know Elise's played in that role before. Yamal's probably done that as well. But it'd be interesting to see if they both move to whatever teams they go to and play number 10 on a permanent basis. You know where family, smash the like button. We're going to get into all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, man. It's football settings. And happy Sunday. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope everyone's safe. I hope everyone's well. SLD appreciate you. D appreciate you. Big up South Africa. You lot are stinking up the joint where it's concerned for the continent of Africa. Innit? Everyone in Africa, apart from you lot doing their jobs, man. It's all love. Like, come on, South Africa, fix up. But yeah, big up yourself, D. Appreciate you. And big up all the South Africans. Good player, but would barely be a ceiling raiser for a team like Forest, let alone Arsenal. He's been playing in relegation teams so far, stands out more. Summerville. I wouldn't say it's a game-changing signing, but if I'm honest, I look at Summerville how I look at Noni Madueke on the basis of signing. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do feel Summerville could be one of those players, and I don't really say this, and I don't rate him like I'm thinking he's sick. Is he technical proficient? Yeah, shout out to what he was doing at Leeds, because I like Leeds, and he was doing his thing, but I don't think it's a level raiser. If you sign for one of these teams and become that in the future, I ain't got a crystal ball, but you're not a level raiser. I do think, because he's linked with PSG, you will start getting ratings if you go over there. But yeah, I wouldn't be against Summerville, but of course, people, you want to hear Morgan Rogers. You're interested with Bacola. Any of you that still believe Arsenal are going to move for Julian Alvarez, then you're going to have to be by yourself with that one. Oh, it's Sunday dinner. I'm going to have mine after this, man. It's too hot for food in the United Kingdom, man. And again, the heat in the United Kingdom is not like wherever you lot are from in this world, yeah, where you've got, like, you're born with heat. There's shade and breeze where you lot are from. This is just mentalness, if I'm completely honest. To be honest, I'm at the point the fan didn't even do, just circulating hot air at this point, but it's all right. Hit the likes, people, and subscribe to the #1 Arsenal football platform. Fire, you're far too kind. Appreciate you. Are you still on the Premier League win? Yeah, I'm still happy about winning the Premier. We're retaining it. Now, I could have egg on my face. Fuck it, man. I bet big on this football club last season. And sometimes it looked dark, but you lot came through. I was telling you lot, parading me. There was a point last season, it got to the point where I'm saying parading me. I'm thinking, you might have to host your own party because I don't know if it's going to happen. April was horrible, but we got it done. And that will stay with me. Even if Arsenal won 1,000 Premier League trophies and Premier Leagues and champs and this and that, I will never forget this one, after 22 years. I'll never forget the moments we shared here, like the many of you that I met from the Tuesday we won the league to the Sunday, the same week, Sunday, that we went to the Emirates, to the parade and here, there and everywhere. Like, yeah, man, you can't put these things into words. We won the Prem, bro. We won the Prem. They have to talk about, oh, my guy's nice. Everybody at Arsenal, you have to speak about incredibly with respect. The first things first is Declan Rice, Declan twice, world class, walks into every team. But Bukayo Saka won the They said he limped, and we limped over the line. You get me? We're just cold. There's so many agendas, man. But yeah, man, we got to retain it. We're at the pinnacle, got to retain it. And I think we got a chance. If you're asking me to offer my opinion with absolutely no banter, no tribalism, and just talk absolute football, I'm very bullish on Arsenal's ability to retain this Premier League. Not to say we're the biggest and baddest, even though we won. I think we're a fucking good football team. And I feel there's just little things we can improve. Clearly in attack, clearly in terms of depth, clearly in terms of managing the minutes of the Bukayo Sakas, the Jurien Timbers, the Declan Rices. The list kind of goes on. There's so many things we can improve, but we're still lit, and there's still a lot of good things. Now, I look at the pagans. I do pagan preying. I don't know. Like, it's a hindsight thing. I think Areola's a very good manager, a very good coach. I don't know how he's going to handle being the manager of Liverpool Football Club. If it's just in terms of coaching, he's going to get them doing something. We're all intrigued to see what post-Pep Guardiola life looks like. that too? No. At Manchester City. Man United with more than 40 games. Spurs are not in this conversation, but if rumours are true, they're trying to get their house in order. They do have De Zerbi. Them and Chelsea probably just fighting for top 4 and whatnot. Villa are not going away. So you could look at that and say, oh, you don't know what's going on there type of thing. Or you could say, they're all a long way off, if I'm honest. So, we've done a lot of talking at this club about the past, about the present. About the future. Now we can finally talk about the present and seize the present, because really and truly, it shouldn't have been 22 years. This Premier League title should have just been dessert. In the last 3 years prior to us winning this, it'd be fair to say we should have won one of those, maybe even 2, maybe even 3, maybe picked up some FA Cups and some League Cups. Maybe, the improvements in the Champions League have been there. But again, this is just a safe house speaking with Arsenal fans. If we scrutinise our own Champions League performances in the last 2 years, take nothing away. We've beaten up some big teams, have some great nights out. We've got the Champions League final, Champions of Europe. They'll sing all of that crap, but we're Premier League winners. But if we're honest, when we put in a very good, formidable performance against Bayern Munich, I'm sure in the first year Arteta managed in it, you saw the articles. We knew we needed X factor players then. Imagine if the guys we're linked with / at the club were there now. The year after that, I think we beat Real Madrid and all of that. No, 2023, 24. Whatever happened there, happened there. And then it brings us to Real Madrid. And everybody knows last season, the season before last, we fucked up in the market. So imagine what would have happened if we moved how we moved to now. That's all here and there. My point of saying that is to say this. We owe it to ourselves. We got over the line. We owe it to ourselves to not be flashing the pan. We're actually good at football. We're actually a very good football team, man. We should not lose focus and just sign anyone because of a good season. We need aura talents. I hear it, man. Hyper, appreciate you. Big up the members. Junior, appreciate you. Appreciate all of you lot, man. John, appreciate you on behalf of the Twitch gang. Yeah, Mal did bag, by the way. They said Saka was not going to be world class until he won a trophy. What they saying now? Exactly. Martler, appreciate you. Would you sign Summerville? Can't lie, man. You need to be showing me Morgan Rogers and all of the. If you sign the guys that we all know the lit players that we need. If you sign the lit players, then I don't mind Summerville coming through. I think it could be a shrewd bit of business. I can actually understand why Man United is sniffing around. I can understand why PSG, but do I think that's the answer to the left wing? No, depth, young time on his side in terms of his age, all that kind of stuff, squad building, all of that. There's all of that with Summerville. There's pros. I don't actually think he's a bad player. It's 2-0 to Spain, by the way, provided Ozjarabal was onside. He got an assist and now he's just bagged from close range. But yeah, man. And again, it's still the potential kind of thing. Now, I've shown many a times that I'm a bit of a hypocrite, but it's a good player who I don't think is terrible. But when you add once you add our whole attacking unit together, some players, Eze, Gyökeres, Saka, it's more fitness and being fit, but we need more. The Nonnies, the Martinellis, the Trossards, you don't know really and truly in your heart of hearts what you're getting. And that's not to criticize them. We genuinely don't know. When Saka is fit, we know he's getting numbers. If we can get that serious left winger, Arteta do whatever else you think's needed, but mathematically not possible. Arsenal not retaining. Yeah, whatever, Juju. Summerville, 5 goals, 2 assists. It's not good enough. If it's a squad player vibe, it is what it is. But I think I speak for a lot of Arsenal fans. We want needle movers, level raisers, all these kind of things. We can win it again next season. We came second 3 times. We can definitely win it 3 times back to back. 3-peat. Listen, let's enjoy the present. Let's build towards retaining, and then let's see, man. We are now settled. Now them other teams got to fix up. We're going to win 3 Prems in a row. Listen, I want it. I want it. Saying it with my chest, we'll go for PL title now that we don't have Europe. That's how much I trust Alonso. Oh, yeah, you can go for a challenge. Everyone come challenge, man. We want all the challenges. All the other 19s come challenge, man. Every week we hear a reason as to why Arsenal won it because of this and that and this and that. We don't know you, though. We know we won the Premier League. Arteta is the only manager with the Premier League medal at this moment in time. You know where our postcode is. Just come get chain back, man. Please. Please. Just come and get the title back. That's it. Come and take it from our chain. Come and take it from our necks. Please. That's it. Because Chelsea, you lot were in the title race when you played a rubby Arsenal side. Them times there, I'm sure both my centre-halves were out at Stamford Bridge. Another year, which, again, 3 years on the spin. I haven't been happy with the performances at Stamford Bridge. You lot were meant to be in a title challenge. You lot, and you see why God is great and amazing, yeah? Because you lot kept saying, oh, we were down to 10 men. Where'd you finish? Well, moral of the story, focus. Someone's always got it worse than you. Some people always got better than you. Focus on yourself, man. Just cool, man. Because that's all my team have done. Surely he's offside. If Ojarabad is not offside, it's 3-0 Spain still. Ojarabad the double. 2 goals and an assist. Boy, appreciate you, T. Nah, man. If I'm a legend, it's because the chat and you lot that support are legendary. You honestly think we can win the double this upcoming season? Premier Champs would be a great season of progression, which is what I expect. Listen, we can fight for the Champions League. I genuinely believe we can win the Premier League, and is anything other than retaining it, because we're not flashing the plan, is failure. Champions League, I'm confident that we'll be in the latter stages and we can give everyone a go. And I still maintain you've got to play it by ear. We earned the right to, get to the final. We had a good run. Obviously, people are going to focus on the side of the draw that we got. But at the end of the day, when you work hard in life, luck falls in your favor, if that makes sense. It's not our fault. We have not got a crystal ball and know which side of the Champions League draw and who we're playing. That's not our business. Now, yes, people can be dishonest. And yes, I rate Chelsea and Liverpool in football, well, as clubs or as teams, way more than I rate Leverkusen or Sporting, with the greatest of respect. But I say that to say this: everyone that watched this team, this Champions League football this season, bro, Liverpool food. PSG savaged them. Liverpool were getting bopped every week. It's not PSG Liverpool massive game. It is a massive game, but it's not Liverpool when they're fighting for it, and Salah and Klopp and all of that. They were rubbish. Chelsea, you know what happened to you? You got absolutely slapped. You beat them in the preseason competition, and Luis Enrique moved to you lot. So, if anything, that side was better. Now, I say that to say this. As much as you can see in the last few years, the year-on-year progression in Europe and all of these kind of things, and I think we're one of the more competitive teams. I don't think I'm going to walk into a season and say, current day, we're up there, but I'm not going to say we're ahead of Bayern and Madrid and all of that kind of stuff. A part of me does believe when you work hard, luck falls in your favor. And, we can't be held accountable, but a part of you does wonder, if Barcelona beat Atletico, what would have happened if Arsenal played them? We might have won. It could have went left. Either way, we earned our right to the final. They cut out. Sometimes I feel like you got to seize the present. And honestly, I think a bigger lesson for us in Europe now is we've shown we can show consistency in Europe, but in the Premier, we've shown we can show consistency. There's a lot of good things about our club. We finally got over the line. We've shown we could do it over a 38-game period. And this, I'm not going to sit and say I know from game week 1 to the final in the Champions League how many games from start to finish, in it, but you lot can do the maths. So you could be a bit silly, but I think we've shown we can win a marathon. Now we need to start showing we can win sprints, and that goes for the manager, the players, because again, this is all season review. We got to a League Cup final, we got to a Champions League final, gunshot for gunshot, 90 minutes, obviously added on time in the champs. We need to find out, for whatever reason, we rocked up what we had. Injuries, this, that, don't want to hear it. It's relevant and prevalent, but don't hear it. Present, you've got to take advantage. So that's the lesson we've got to learn. But when you look back at it, we're not even on paper. Reality, it's an Arsenal summer. We had an amazing season, but every team, pardon me, the expectation at Chelsea, at Liverpool, at City, at this one, at that one, everyone knows they're not going to win. You'd like to, well, I've seen United and Liverpool in my lifetime do the treble, City in present day, with all of this kind of stuff. Everyone knows that, if you're being serious, everyone knows their team's not going to win all 4 comps. But that's the aspiration. You're chasing greatness. We got to 2 finals in 2 competitions. FA Cup was rugby. I can't lie. I say this every year. Since we won it at our latest time, I don't know why it's been so scrubby, but it has. Cool. That's probably we probably got F there, innit? It's our trophy. We've won it the most times. And obviously, we got over the line in the Prem. So we gave a good fight of it. And this is where we weren't necessarily happy with the attack. We did open up the door. People are playing with injuries. Our attacking players never really showed consistency in abundance throughout the whole season, but they all had their moments. Defensive ethos ain't sustainable. So take that and shove that where the sun don't shine, mate, because we stunk it up and won the Prem. And if that's where we're sticking it up, what the hell do you lot smell like? And what do you think is going to happen when you see a fit this guy, fit that guy? A madman tactics. We're wavy defensively. We're wavy going forward. Bert are patterning. Young players coming through. We're now going to start. See, we're bringing in players from around the world. Listen, it's only getting started, It's only because some of these young G's are not going to make it. But they might going to make us a 20 quid here, 30, 40. It's going to get lit. Next Declan Rice, it's going to get cold, man. Now, listen, I'm sorry. If you don't support us, it's scary, man. We're not going to win every time and be that. But you had 22 years of laughter. I hope it was funny, man. I hope it was. You're gonna need to get a front row seat. Because if you thought that was funny, just wait on it. Just wait on it. It's gonna be funny for us. Why buy a player who has had one good season in a relegation team? At this rate, we're buying 22 players. Silly season. We're linked with everyone, man. Summerville sounds like an electric hot band from just before 2010. That's horrible, man. Sounds like a festival from Munnis. Summerville's a decent player, but he just doesn't excite me. We're Premier League champions. We should be flexing this summer. Just cool, man. Rogers landing. Just cool, man. Just cool, man. Smash the likes. We'll get into that stuff in a sec. Macaulay is a name that excites me. Can't lie, don't excite me. I just want us to spend peas. He's at PSG. He's playing for France. He won the champs. Bring him in. But if I'm honest, I think it's lit. Macaulay, because I rate you so much, we saw what you did at Lyon, saw what you did at PSG. I'm not actually interested in what you can and can't do. I think you're a bloody good footballer. I need consistency. Everybody comes through this door in attack. I need consistency. Relative to how good you are and all that, I need consistency and I need match winners. And that goes for several existing players. I'm Saka FC to the end. 2 scrubby years now. Let's get fully fit. And that's not just you. That's the coaches and all this stuff. Everybody just get fit. Eze, can we do it for the full year? Yokerez, it's so ugly, it's beautiful. Can we do it for the full year? Kai, stay fit. Martinelli Trossard, it's been real, man. You get where I'm going. Arteta already had us practice against their best pickpockets. This guy's sick in his head, but I love it, man. Paz ain't going to be around for long. Expect a top club to snatch him up in 2 or 3 years. I think we get Musiala from Bayern if we throw the money bag at them. Nah, it's cooling, man. Hit the likes, people subscribe. Yes, DJ, I'm going to need this stream later. I just did a night shift and overtime going back night in a row. Hey, big up yourself. Get the bread, man. Big up the 9-to-5ers. Musiala's a shout, but... And I don't want to be the guy to water down the parade. I didn't think we'd get Rice. Now, respectfully, Declan Rice at West Ham is very different from going to get him Bayern Munich's players like Musiala. It's not going to happen. It's a myth. I'd love to be proven wrong. Let's go. DG, what winger would you sign? I already told you what I'm on. I'd disappoint the fans if I'm honest. If we get Bacola, great. This one, Nico Williams, great. This one, that one. I'd probably do, if I was in Bert's shoes, I'd disappoint the fans. I'll get you your Morgan Rogers. I know that much. I might make other movements. But I'd be screaming scouts to your job, man. The left wing market looks dead. You might as well take a risk. Worst comes to worst, we're getting some. I know I don't really want this, but for me, you got a couple options. Let's dream chase. Let's go for Yildiz and half of these names that we've been linked with. Let's go for them. And then I'm going to try, like, I'm just saying random names. Can you go find Haleb? Can you go find an Arshavin? Can you find the next Alexis Sanchez? Because they all got to be somewhere. I'd rather do that. Honest to God, I'd rather do that. The left wing market, to us normal football fans, it looks dead. There's not a single player you can say you're 100%, keyword 100 in your heart of hearts, say you're convinced on. Not saying there'll be bad players, but if I just say random names, Rashford, Bacola, Rafael, he's gone Barcelona, but still, Anthony Gordon. Today we've been linked, or yesterday we've been linked with Everton's Indai. I'm just going to say it for the sake of it. Jadon Sancho, random scouts, and next Kvaratskhelia on paper, whether he's done it or not, like whoever that would be. No one's 100% convinced. Drop the money on the table and come get Garnacho. Stop playing. Renew that annual Chelsea subscription. You need to talk to us nice, you know, because Xabi Alonso, you're my guy, but left backs are lying to you. You lot are letting Cucurella dictate things. Seeing Enzo links, you lot think scrubby. You need to be. I say that to say this: Cole Palmer, Declan Rice, Gusto, Caicedo, João Pedro, my fellow Brazilian. Keep the phone local, man. You still want to be over there? Spent £1 billion and they're doing that. Swear done. Hear it. No, I can't laugh. We buy Garnacho, we actually have to write. That's too dead. Why it's Chelsea bought him? It has to be a football manager thing. They saw a young player. Oh, if we can get a trick out of him, it might be good on the football front. He might do well for us, or we're going to make peace. I can see guys like that ending up at Atletico Madrid, honestly. I'm interested in Musiala, but like I don't think Bayern are letting him go if he's not lost much ability after his injury. Who wouldn't want? Get Musiala today, but in my heart of hearts, really, season starts at Community Shield. Forgot about that. Was I dreaming when I saw Yildiz wanting out of Juventus? Where did you see that? Anyone ordered the Arsenal champion shirt, received theirs yet, still waiting over a month. Gooner, they're doing you dirty. DG, thoughts on Andrea Bartisvelli? You is on Berta and Micheli's radar. Go and get it. Go and get it. He's 18. You're seeing the rumors of 5 million. Obviously, we need to sign players that we can utilize right now. But if you sign him and he's the next Kvaratskhelia, now any decent attacking Georgian player, because Kvaratskhelia set the way, they're going to say that. It's like any Brazilian. Oh, he's the next Neymar. If he turns out to be that, if not better, we're laughing. If you get him for 5 million and you turn him to £35 million player and she goes on a double whatever, because that's the next step. And this might be the... I don't think we'll do this year, if I'm honest, people, but the multi-club structure. I've got big dreams for my football club. Now that Josh and Stan are seeing the B's, great benefits, What Chelsea got with Strasbourg, we need that. That can also indirectly help you fix something that I do have confidence will fix at some point. The loan system. Our loan market is dead. And if you're getting these young players, you got to find a way to hold them. I would say go to France and try and replicate the Strasbourg team purely because imagine that we had that. Ethan could go there and play minutes. You send a couple of players there, they can get top level minutes. Who knows? The team might qualify for Europe. Saudi could be in here as well. I'm getting crampy. So, yeah, man, that's the next step. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. Just like we haven't won the league overnight, or when we was crap, we didn't end up there overnight. Or Man United, where they're at, good and bad, is not overnight. Chelsea the same, Spots the same, Liverpool the same, City the same. You get where we're going. Smash the likes if you haven't seen goals, man. I take back all slander I said about this World Cup. Took a minute to warm up, and there's pure entertainment. It's a shame there's no hydration, Nico. Amnesty. Get rid of that, and it's lit. Could get even more uglier for Saudi Arabia, yeah. But yeah, let's sit back down and see what you lot are saying. Damn, 3 goals before halftime. Saudi getting mashed up today. They're getting worked, man. Training session for Spain, if I'm honest with you. The game is at the tempo that the Spanish like. To be honest, there's great bits of moments from Lamine Yamal, man. What a player. I'm jumping the gun, and I've seen a lot. I'm getting on now. I'm 31. I have seen a lot, and I always say this top 5 stuff. I don't think I could have top 5 ever players. But Yamal, I think you're already there, you know. Same with Kylian Mbappe. Oh, Saudi Arabia trying to score from the halfway line. I don't blame you for living the movie. Get the under-21 player, coach them to the system. Palmer want to win a Premier Champs, hit us up. Morgan gives White stats were predominantly from the left wing last season, so he could be a wild card. That's look at Rick's, big up yourself. That's realistically his thing is if we can't get Rodgers, we might float around it. Don't get it twisted. I wouldn't mind Morgan Rodgers in addition to what we're doing. I think in the present day, you need them kind of midfielders, capacities to get goals. He's a good runner. Obviously, he's got a decent technical ability, but the best technical footballers are not necessarily the best footballers around at the moment. So we need athletes. And I think Rodgers is perfect for that. He's incredibly athletic. I think he's incredibly coachable off the ball. He's a bit tigerish and has a willingness to do that. The only thing I'm, as a football fan, ever really going to be interested in, as much as I can concede these things, is your technical level. And he's got that. Madueke is the new Yamal. The heat is getting to some people. I got some Arsenal merchandise to come in too. I hope they don't mess about with my stuff. Make sure you're tracking your orders. We should not buy any more players from Chelsea. They should ban all sales from Chelsea to Arsenal. It never goes well for us. I'd say, who's the best one? Eddie and Katie. Oh, Yamal. It's fumbled. Sorry, people. We need to see this segment. Oh, my God. What a touch was that? Really, though, Summerville sounds like he should be performing at the same show as this guy, man. You're a very peculiar fellow. I'll give you that, man. But yeah, man, let's crack on. Let's see exactly what's going on in the news of Arsenal, if I'm brutally honest, man. So yes, first thing, I wanted to look at this. I saw this tweet. The number of games is not sustainable in the short term. I worry about Arsenal next season. Clip this. In the long term, I worry about players' careers. And this is something wider than just Arsenal, but Declan Rice has revealed he's been managing neutral pain in his hamstring for 6 months, on top of what we hear around the back. You see why I want a 6. And it's not. Arteta said it a couple of years ago. Whether you believe Arteta or not, it's the wider thing. If you're a key player for a club like Arsenal or City or Liverpool and you're predominantly playing for your country, you're looking at about 70 games. We all know Bukayo Saka's been on a training program, to manage his minutes. He's probably not going to start against Ghana. Saliba's opened up and said, you've got to grit your teeth when you're not 100% fit. Don't get it twisted, your footballers. I very rarely doubt if that latest past the 10-game mark in the Premier League season, let alone all the others. And every week, there's not a player carrying some level of high or low knock. It's football. Pardon me, we all know Timber missed out of the chance of representing his country at the World Cup. Sucks, man, because he's been robbed of the Euros now and a World Cup, and he's bloody brilliant. Arsenal ready to step up interest in Morgan Rodgers with Declan Rice leading charm offensive for 85 million Aston Villa star. Arsenal are planning to step up their interest in Aston Villa's Morgan Rodgers and are using their England contingent to help convince him on the move. Go on, Yamal. Villa need to sell this summer to stay within financial guidelines, but have been insisting that Rodgers is one player who must stay and are in a strong negotiation position owing to his contract. Didn't he sign a new one, I believe, in August? Arsenal and Chelsea, allegedly, sources believe Villa may well be willing to talk around 85 million. But Unai Emery's club are well aware of the escalating prices for midfielders in the current market, not to mention the World Cup, people. Middlesbrough also hold a 20% sell-on clause, which has been factored into any bidding. Now, you could see this, and it couldn't have changed your optimism whether you were going to sign him or not. It could have upped it, it could have downed it. Obviously, what you can see here is probably believable. Villa need to sell to buy, allegedly. He's on a 5-year deal. He's a key player. English tax, you know, the World Cup rising prices. They are in a strong new deal recently. They are in a strong position. And Middlesbrough would have a sell-on clause if they bought him and saw what he's doing. So it's not really news. This is things that you should be considering when a player and when clubs are negotiating for players. And Aston Villa have done very well on the footballing front. Run the Europa League, and obviously qualified for the Champions League. While Villa have qualified for the Champions League, Rodgers is understood to be open to listening to what Premier League champions Arsenal have to offer. The Gunners midfielder Declan Rice has been working away on Rodgers, hoping to help influence his decision. With teammates Bukayo Saka and Eze also in the camp, Rodgers is seen as an upgrade by Mikel Arteta, who likes the fact he could bring further versatility to the front line. And again, one thing that I want Morgan Rodgers about, I think he gets that midfield role at some point in his Arsenal career. Yeah? I think he could actually play with or in place of Rice in one of those pivots. If you named Arsenal's strongest 11 at this moment in time, once again, in your mind, and what you think Arteta would do, so 2 lineups, you'd probably agree with yourself that the left-hand side, on paper, would be where Rodgers' avenue is. But I think one thing that goes over people's head is he's played a lot of time on that right-hand side, lad. And again, I hope we have a world where Rodgers has the ability to play there. We see a bit more from Noni, even though pick him up. Max Dowman's going to get minutes there. Saka's at his best. But I'll be really honest, from what I've seen, if Saka's not there, if it's not Max Dowman, I ain't really trying to hear it. So Rodgers can get minutes there and moments there, as well as providing flexibility and, you know, Swiss Army knife type of thing. Arsenal are looking to add around 4 or 5 quality signings this summer. Rodgers is viewed as a priority, but they also want a striker with Atletico Madrid's Julian Alvarez admired. They've been offered the chance to sign Christos Trilosi from Club Brugge, but have been speaking to other wingers too. They also admire Alex Scott at Bournemouth and want another defender. Scott is valued at 80 million. The prices are kind of mad. We've been saying that for years. Though Bournemouth are trying to convince him to sign a new contract, or better yet, deal, with the prospect of a release clause being inserted into his contract. Arsenal could sell 20 million rated Gabriel Jesus. 20 million for Jesus. But oh, you're a madman if you get it done. Trossard, who has interest from Bournemouth. Trossard's got interest from Bournemouth. Bournemouth, you got something we like. You got some, you know, we got something you like and vice versa. Croupy, what are you saying? Alex Scott, what are you saying? But yeah, apparently that's news to us. That's another club. We've heard Villa, we've heard Newcastle, several clubs in Turkey and clubs abroad with Trossard, but first time I'm seeing him linked with Bournemouth and Martinelli. There's also interest in Wanyeri, Christian Norgard, and Piero Hincapié as Mikel Arteta ponders how to improve his squad. Hincapié would be a techie one, don't you reckon? Real Madrid are not considering selling Valverde this summer. The midfield sell candidates are Tchouaméni and Camavinga, not Valverde. Any of you having either player people, whether that's Camavinga or Tchouaméni? Apparently, Real Madrid want to sign a breakout star at the World Cup. They are closely watching Boadi as a potential candidate to be the breakout star. Now, he's still linked with PSG as well as Arsenal. Sammy Motberg said, if you ask how many people who work in football, they'll tell you that Gyökeres's strengths are one of the reasons why Arsenal got over the line in the Premier League. Facts, mentality monster. Would they sell him after one season? I've not heard that. Arsenal have a long-term interest in Julian Alvarez and a deal they would love to do. It'd be a dream acquisition for Arteta and Berta. If there's any way Arsenal would deem that possible this summer, that would leave a question for Gyökeres. Okay, fair play. Seen that already. What's this? Real Madrid could attempt to sell Nico Paz. Now, we've been linked with Nico Paz and the Arsenal spoken about him. If Real Madrid really want to, you know, use their buyback clause, get him back from Como and sell him to D Shores, fair enough. Because I wouldn't say we necessarily need another creative player. If you've got Wanyeri, for Mikel Arteta, you will use at some point Marino and Kai in that role, whether I like it or not. Dalman long term is being obviously going to be put in that role. You'd have Morgan Rodgers provided we sign. You've got Odegaard, you've got Eze. But based on like Nico Paz, if you did sign him Arsenal, you'd have to be assurances of some level of proper football. So we must be open to a guy in that role. But things are complicated. Long story short, this article says, long story short, that they want to activate their 10 million euros buyback clause and sell them for about 60 million euros to British stores. But as things stand, everything can come down to Nico Paz and his entourage, as they are keen on staying at Como beyond this summer. If he pushes and puts his foot down, he could yet get control of his career instead of being used by Real Madrid simply as a means to make money. Things are complicated for Como, but it should hinge on the players' entourage to help people. Apparently, Jose Mourinho's side have proven to be a real headache, though. They can now engineer a possible move to the Premier League, especially as Como have been left reeling by the 60 million euro price tag. Real Madrid also want an 80 million buyback. They're trying to run the maddest of schemes, people. Fair play. But long story short, they're trying to do that. Now, Summerville has been linked with Arsenal. Foot Mercato, not sure on the credibility. Arsenal are among the clubs to have joined the race to sign Summerville. In a sense, everybody's being kept with updates on all of these guys. If you're looking for a winger, Summerville has to be somewhere on the list. That doesn't mean top 5. That doesn't mean you're moving for him. But like these clubs have databases and all those things. So when you actually break it down, it shouldn't really be news. But as fans, Summerville, Arsenal, for whether he's good or bad or not, it provides talking points. But yeah, we're among the clubs interested, apparently. PSG are also following this situation very closely. West Ham had valued Summerville at 50 million euros, but that is now expected to rise after his performances at the World Cup. Arsenal are now willing and looking to add around 4 or 5 quality signings. We've seen this already. So yeah, we're kind of being told the same kind of things, people. What is it? What else has Sammy Motbell said? When you're looking at left wing, that might be the area Arsenal are willing to go over and above what they would want to spend to get the right player. Sammy Motbell said, my understanding is that there is a broad agreement in place with Jerry Munga. The player wants to join Arsenal. All that is left now is to complete a deal with Leicester, but there'll be a level of complication with that. I think there's always a little bit to go for Monga to become an Arsenal player, but I'm pretty certain he'll be one by the start of pre-season, certainly in the coming weeks. Fair play. My understanding is that Morgan Rogers is a player that Arsenal would like to sign, and lots of groundwork have been done to try to get that deal into a position where it's doable this summer. If Arsenal were to formalise their interest now during the World Cup, it's a deal I believe he would like. If a deal between Arsenal and Villa can be agreed, I think he'd jump at the chance to join them. We jump at the chance to sign you. So Morgan, let's get that done, man. Let's get that done. Would any of you sign the Metcha? Purely because of his World Cup performances, but he is a decent player. Allegedly, Manchester City are pushing to sign Felix Lemaitre from Borussia Dortmund following the departure of Bernardo Silva. So yeah, man, I'd be interested to see exactly what is going to happen. Saudi Arabia, they're dying for halftime, aren't they? They're dying for it, man. They're actually dying for it. Could get ugly. I wouldn't mind going for Chiesa as a cheap left wing option. Now, Arsenal tax shot, Shane, you'll never see him kick a ball. Arsenal are interested in Nico. Paz, interesting. Big up yourself, SR. But everybody's interested in everyone. Who wouldn't? Shout out yourself, Lynch. Krupi, Musiala, and Rodgers, and the team will be an even bigger problem. The dream is free, the hustle is sold separately, man. I reckon Arsenal will get to another Champions League final next season, DG. They'll be hungry to go one better. I hope so. And the correlations in Europe so far have looked good, but yeah, man, if we get to that third final, which I hope we do, we have to win it. Even when they say the team is robbed, they won. The goal now, in my opinion, is to win more than one piece of silverware a season. I'm not sure, bro. I don't think I would, bro. It's like a backup option. I wouldn't force the boat. I'd rather Diamande over Bacola or move mad and get both. We need depth. Diamande's a perfect guy. He's still raw, though, man. And I get the market. It is that now. If you want him, you got to put that 100 mil down. And he could be a real star. He is a star, man. And, we've all seen this. His touch and tribute to his sister, but 100 million. Get me my Morgan Rogers and scouts do their jobs, man. We already got too much people that need hands-on stuff, but he's a beautiful player to watch, man. Takes his man on 1v1 demon, can play left and play right. Very good foundation, clearly adaptable. Like again, and I think that goes under the radar, yeah, and could make him even succeed more. Mentality, whatever people say about Victor Gyökeres, one reason why I think one thing that even if we did think he weren't the fit, the mentality, bro, he's been through good and bad moments. Diamande's unfortunately lost his sister. He's lived in America. He's gone Spain. He's gone Germany. And then if he goes Liverpool, he's moved to several countries, which obviously he's got entourage and whatnot. But sometimes it's just about mentality. Look at Gabriel Magalhaes. Half of these sick Brazilian players, yeah. Obviously you got Neymar and this one and that one. Thiago Silva, Dani Alves, Gabriel Magalhaes. You gotta look at their stories, bro. They weren't getting picked up by clubs. A big reason, obviously, I could waffle about Declan Rice's technical level all day, every day. But the mentality, there's an alternative universe where everything Declan Rice can do on the ball and recoveries and all of that, he's got that, but he ain't got the minerals. Why do you think a lot of the time you see some footballers that are very good, but they ain't got the mentality, so they're shit? And there's some players that are not the best to watch technically, but they got the mentality, so they're good. So long story short, sick guys are shit and shit guys are sick. Tell you what, Saudi do look promising on the counter. That's a long throw, man. And that's one thing we need to get into our game next season, man. If we could get the long throws, keep the set pieces, rise all of that. If we could get some real scumbaggy long throws on top of playing some lit football and everything we're doing, and on top of everything we're doing off the field, shit. If you don't support Arsenal, it's long for you, man. Diamande was at Chelsea, by the way, and we let him go. Only God will judge Bluco. Half of these guys have been at trials at all these clubs or rubbed shoulders, to be fair. Like Julian Alvarez, there's pics of him in a Real Madrid shirt. There's plenty of examples like that. Mbappe, Neymar even at Real Madrid. But Mbappe at Chelsea? Man, mental. So I suck it up, pause, buy that thing intentional, eat up the fee. It's worth it once in a while. I just think Chiesa is technically sound and he's fast enough. With a football, Chiesa is cold. But with him, the best trait has to be durability. The record's not good. Our record with 1-2 players. There's a lot of players at this club we all love, you know. Ben White, I don't want it to go out like this, you know. Part of me is bleeding at the parade because it feels like it's the one last hoorah. He might not leave, and I don't care if he doesn't leave. If we can just get a clean run, but I've kind of seen this movie before. There's a lot of people. We need players that are fit, man, consistently. Everyone can get injured, yada yada yada. We do need to rest players, but yeah. Patting up the likes, people. Appreciate you, my boy. So yeah. Campbell was solid. I would still have him in the current squad. Which Campbell? Joel Campbell. Pardon me, nah, G. Scored a great goal against Galatasaray, I want to say. Ramsey did. I'm sure he scored against Galatasaray. No, sorry, he got an assist. Joel Campbell scored a very good goal against someone. I remember. Joel Campbell's better than Marquinhos. I'm not even going to do it to Noni. DG, Joel Campbell, Madueke. Joel Campbell, man. Closest thing I got to a Jamaican in the squad. From Costa Rica side. Joel Campbell, man. Joel Campbell. Big up Noni. Noni's going viral for his Vamos clips for England. You know what? Like Noni, he had a very good World Cup game, man. That's the best I've seen you play full stop in a hot sec. And if I'm brutally honest, Champions League final, I felt like something could happen with Noni. Like, you know, when you're watching football and whatever I think about Noni, Martinelli's got the same. They get into the areas. They have those moments that are going to be in the highlights. I'm sure he had that in the League Cup final too, but I feel like he pissed me off. And that's the annoying thing with, I like Noni. The problem is my attack to you lot's potential, and this is all from a place of love, to you lot's potential. We're not playing nowhere near it now. We won the league. So I'll big you up. You all had your moments. But imagine we had our moments and consistencies. I think Joel Campbell scored against Olympiacos. I feel like he did. Realistically, with how Arteta plays, we need to rotate and sign 2 left wings and keep Martinelli. I reckon Martinelli stays, but anything can happen. Madueke or Javinho? Javinho, only because he took a picture of me when I saw him when he was at Arsenal. Only because of that. Only because of that. Because it should be Madueke. But Javinho, cool guy. David Ornstein, about who? Right, well, dark for Spurs. Don't do that though, man. I'm not gonna lie, I never said it, but I thought the Morgan Rogers. I still remember going on David Ornstein's account when the Declan Rice thing was agreed. Bergvall informs Tottenham of seek to challenge elsewhere. When you lot told me why do I rate Bergvall, now you see he can get a Champions League club. You cut to Italy, Spain, you'll get rated a lot more in world football. And to be fair, if they get peas from that, they get Tonali. Why are you forwarding that? DG, can we talk about how Kai's a big game player? I have to keep him. Bro, Kai's my guy. He's ugly, but we need to maneuver with him for at least another year. Obviously, certain offers on the table, great, but Kai would be part of my plans. But Kai is, in my opinion, with the Trossards, with the Nonnies, with the Martinellis, with the Marinos, and like, they're valued members of the squad and that, but they're not untouchable. Like, depending on who we get, what players come through, what players on the market, what we try to do, anything can happen. Always got involved. Campbell can score, Nonny can't do that. DG itch. Catting for here we go. I can't lie to you. Counting for here we go. I genuinely thought there was something there. Well, I've got time for Kai. I've got time for Kai. Like, again, I do think people take the mundane view. I do like his mentality. I do think he fucking works hard for this football club. In the modern day of this ugly, compact, systemic football, false nines, all this kind of stuff, you could get a trick out of him. And also, whatever I think about Kai or not, I'm not a manager in it. There's a reason he's won a Champions League and Chelsea bought him for X amount of money and he came through at Leverkusen. And obviously Arteta's bought him. And we've had our moments with Kai. We definitely have had our moments. And he's still a key player for Germany. I can't take that away from him. I can have my opinion, but those are the cold-hearted facts. So I can make a lot of... And I do, like I said, I've been fighting Kai's corner. But I look at it simply, and I know we need depth and all that kind of stuff. As I asked you lot earlier, if I named what I think is the strongest team on paper at Arsenal, and then I think what Mikel Arteta would do if everybody's fit, yada, 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 I do think Kai's up front. Now, for a team that's won the Premier League and all of this, as much as I like Kai, can you, like, whether you think, forget your Chris, because people are going to say, no, he's better. No, he's not. If there's a striker available, yeah, like one of them, let's just say next Haaland or one of them crazy strikers is available, would you do it? You would. In an ideal world, do you want to see Kai in the 10? Yes, we know off the ball, all that kind of stuff. And that's one thing I like about Kai. You could tell he's very coachable, very intelligent, and understands the system of what he needs to do. But if you said yes to any of those questions, it's not that we can't maneuver with him. At some point, you know, people get injured and whatnot. He'd have to be a squad player. And at some point, you got to go, oh, you know what, good player on X amount of bags. You might see some other players that play in that role. You get where I'm going. So, yeah. Oh, gosh. Thomas Frank, Aspilicueta, and Ray Rooney in the studio. Elite football knowledge. Odegaard goes way before I think of selling Kai. I'm not going to lie. Odegaard's a better footballer. But I think we would miss Kai more than Odegaard. And it breaks me. You know how much of a fan I am. Just because, can't lie, when it's time to show up, Kai shows up, man. It's not pretty. Thank the Lord we failed upwards with him as well, if I'm honest with you, because the midfield stuff, we are going to see it across the season, but there was a time we kind of saw that week in, week out. What can Havertz do that Marino can't? Now, I've got time for Marino. He's got more legs, man. I can't lie. I like Marino. He's intelligent. You take your eye. He's a man. He can't beat you for pace. He's obviously good technically. He's not going to beat you for pace or weight you, but he's going to make a false run. You're going to be ball watching. You're not involved. You think he's not on nothing. He's very, another one that's very intelligent. But certain offers, he would have to go. Now, for me, Kai and Marino, they're my plans. And whatever I think about them, knowing what I know of football, and it's a 38-game period, and plans don't always go to plan. And, you know, on paper, you beat up Chelsea on a football pitch. One of our most toughest games was a relegated side against Wolves at the Emirates, much less away from home. Kai and Marino, they have a habit of scoring important and clutch goals. And you need guys like that throughout the season. We had Freddie Ljungberg, even had a Ray Parlour. Grew up seeing these guys. You need people like that. But if you're asking me 2-3 years, if provided life was linear and we're just going like this, and we keep Ranieri develops, Max Dowman becomes crazy, we start finding the next Mbappes and Kvaratskhelia and this one and that one. Rodgers is here. He's moving mad. Everyone's got a time, man. I think Kai going is false news. Obviously, one of the either serious offers or one of the elite clubs, there's a decision, but he's clearly, we just won the league. Arteta clearly fucks with him. He's clearly, you know, got a new family that's comfortable. His wife's comfortable off the pitch, as is he. Sometimes you have to consider these factors because these footballers are human beings normally. Let's get those likes up, people. Vamos. What was Matt saying? Matt's barbecue. It owes me nothing, my boy. He owes me nothing. It was quite quiet, quite boring. You know, it's very hot. All right, everyone connected to Matt's barbecue, man. And the VIP section as well. Influencer finally influencing. Come on, man. You're moving, man. Juju, like, Kai misses easy chances. Oh, 100%. 100%. 100%. Don't think I'm making out Kai's world class and things. It's just the reality of what I see. You've got to used to this squad. But I'm never going to, I mean, you scored in the Champions League final. I'm never going to expect you to score clutch chances. And this is what I mean about our attack. We know none of our players are bad, but when you isolate them across a 38-game period plus the other comps, There's too much of an element of unknown. Now we kind of have assurances with Rice, with certain players in midfield, or as a midfield unit. Defensively, we know what we're doing. The only thing you could say about some of our defenders, well, to be fair, Calafiori, Hincapié has picked up knocks. We all love Timber, as with Benjamin White, is injuries. But that's the thing, man. We got too much people that get chances but don't take them. You can't say Kai's clinical. Not. We're having a mature conversation. You can't say he's clinical. You can't say Trossard is, with the greatest of respect. Or better yet, you actually can, but the consistency level's not there. You definitely can't say that with Gabby Martinelli. You can't say that with no one, man. I agree with DG. Kai is more valuable for Arsenal than Odegaard. But I think they're two of the first names on the team sheet. And I think it's probably been a bit of a weird moment for Mikel Arteta, which could help him in his coaching career, whether at Arsenal or elsewhere, because Kai's not been there for the majority of this. Well, I say Kai was out for a significant period of time, and so was Odegaard. So you've had to work with Gyökeres. That might not be your guy on paper per se. You've had to find a trick out of persisting with Eze there. You know, Miles Lewis-Skelly, obviously in hindsight, he was always planning on that, but that's provided another dynamic. And this is what we need. If it don't challenge you, it don't change you. Now we've defeated the challenger of the Premier League, but it's definitely changed us. We're battered, we're bruised, there's scars. We can look back and smile, but it definitely changed us and these players. Look how my players are talking. They want something to talk about. Arsenal Football Club, let's continue to give them things. Which is why I think Arteta is open to sell Odegaard, but not Kai. And you did get Odegaard for 30 million in this present day, whether you rate Odegaard or not, can make peace. No, DG, I think Kai can go now because he misses too much important goals. Ethan is a better finisher than Kai. I just watched Kai miss 3 goals for Germany. Yeah, but then you're gonna have to wait for you're gonna have to wait for Wanyeri to develop. He's a young player as well, man. Man said glazing over young players. What you took over players? If you're not gonna be respectful, I'm not gonna bore myself with the comments, mate. Some of you will listen, and some of you will listen. I'm just going to say this again. Everybody's got an asking price. But if you was to rank our players into tiers, just generally, there's some players I'd consider untouchable at this moment. You're not going. Rice, you're not going. My 2 centre-halves, Saliba, Gabriel, you're not going. Timber, you're not going. Ryan, not going. I might have missed out someone, but there's that. Then there's other players that are not quite there, but they're kind of there. For me, that would be Zubi at this moment in time. That would be Eze. That would be Miles Lewis-Skelly. That would be a Hincapié, a Calafiori, these kind of players. Then you've got below that in that. Some of you need to go, like a Jesus, like a Reece Nelson, like a Fabio Vieira. Some of you, I wouldn't necessarily force you out, but I do. We've been speaking about this. Could you upgrade and get more durability on that right hand side? Odegaard, there's players chomping at the bit to get that role, especially with Morgan Rogers. Paid as much as Odegaard's the captain and all these kind of things on paper. We bought you for 30 million. You have become a better player or more of a known name beyond just a wonder kid. Now you've become the captain and helped a team get over the line. You can make 30 million on that. Then White, as much as I like him, and if God could just assure me that he would stay fit, I don't think we need a right back. But that's not how life works. Could that go? Trossard, Martinelli. I don't quite subscribe to the thought of both of you going, but we're at where we're at. Hopefully that makes things understandable. 2-3, appreciate you. Would you sign Rodgers or Bacola, and why? If we could only sign one, 65 months is crazy. The support for years has been crazy. I wonder how many years is 65 months. Did someone do the maths? Rodgers, man. Because as much as I think Bacola could thrive in the Prem, slightly, your goal came in, not to belittle it, but your goal came in the second half. There is space. You're a very good player, but you're another one that it's more the illusion of realizing your potential rather than assurances. Rather do the Rodgers thing. When we get Bacola, I'm laughing, lad. To be fair to Kai, we're not making enough chances. We're expecting our strikers to score 2-3 with 2-3 shots a game. There's missing chances, and then there's being unrealistic. Yeah, we definitely need to create more. Kai is one of Arsenal's best headers of a ball. As much as I only care about football with a ball at your feet, because that's the game. If I put my nerdy cap on, Kai's one of the best footballers in the Premier League and at this football team, at all the shits without a football. And I'm not saying that to necessarily rate it. The reality of the situation with what we're all seeing. 65 months is 5.5 years, almost just a bit shy of the half. Appreciate you for the maths. 5 years. What was that? 5 years? That was 2021. For the World Cup, lad. Appreciate you, 2-3. Martinelli would be magic in the PSG team. And sometimes that might need to happen. You might need to go to a new team in a new environment for your story to get better or change. If Ozil was playing with Gyökeres, Ozil would have 50 assists and Gyökeres 50 goals. Maybe back then in this present day, if Ozil was on running and working hard and all that crap off the ball in today's day and age, especially with the physique he's put on, with what Ozil is, it'd be horrible. So I'd make you right. Smash the likes. But yeah, man, the World Cup's on. It's 5 minutes past 6. There's no point keeping you lot here. It's always a fantastic chat. You lot go and enjoy what's left of your Sunday. Check out the content. Smash the like button. We'll link up soon, man. Play over. Thanks, man.